I thought we'll clap for her. It's not easy when you work with lawyers. I was in a lawyers conference as an MC once, and somebody called me and said, I didn't know why lawyers wrote Esquire at the end of their name, so I wrote my name and wrote Esquire. And they said, are you a lawyer? I said, no, I'm just an MC. So why did you write Esquire at the end of your name? I said, yes, I used to be a member of the choir. We'll bring our panelists to talk, and the anchor for the session, of course, will lead us into what we need to talk about. Let me quickly invite the Managing Director of CONSA, all the way from Mexico, is Alejandro Maldonado Viveros. I hope I got that. Thank you very much. He will help us if he comes up. We also have the Managing Partner for Draper Dark Flow, all the way from United States of America, is one of our panelists, Toro Opero. Thank you. And we have the founding Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Infographics here in Nigeria. Let me welcome Chinenye Mba Uzuoku. Okay, thank you. We have also the General Manager of Business Development and Policy for HESTA in Australia, Mary De La Honte. You're welcome. Our topic, of course, the fourth plenary will be pension distribution, the impact of technology. I'll hand over now to our anchor for the session, who will lead us through. Thank you. Please give them a round of applause.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to thank PENCOM and the founders just to bring me here. It's been a long trip from Mexico, but I'm very excited to talk about the history of Mexico and how we are using technology to do pensions. So, and I'm also glad to be with this distinguished panelist. Mary, it's your second time today, so you look fresh, nice. And
I'm back to pick on the men again.
Yes, thank you.
This time I'm surrounded by men in order to pick on them.
Of course, yes. Well, Mary, Chinenye, and Toro, I invite you to read the entire profile in the mobile application of the World Pension Summit. So the first thing I want to do is to ask the distinguished audience and raise your hand who downloaded the mobile application of the World Pension Summit. Not too many people, so we have a problem there. Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about technology, and I also want to thank my dear founder, Eric. Yesterday, he made a good presentation about the mobile penetration in Africa, and well, I just want to touch some important facts of the penetration in the economies around the world. So please, can you put the slides?
I got it.
Do we have the... Thank you. Okay. Well, just as a reflection, remember, we have to do digital finance. Let's talk about digital finance as entire global infrastructure. So, what is that? It's just connecting individuals and business to a digitized national payment infrastructure. It sounds easy, but it's not so easy. So we can see in the image how at the left we have the receiving payments, and at the right we have the making payments. So this is just a brief diagram of what is digital finance. Account penetration. Well, in 2014, only 55% of adults in emerging economies had financial accounts. This has no more change in 2 years. We can see in the image, we have Mexico and also Nigeria. They are very similar, are two of the orange bars. So I found when I was reading about Nigeria and about the emerging economies that we are very similar countries in many facts. So we will see it now. Also, the mobile penetration. Well, also in 2014, nearly 80% of adults in emerging economies had a mobile phone. But this is growing quickly. This is growing very, very quickly, trust me. And also you can see in the diagram, we have Mexico at the top for mobile penetration, and also there is Nigeria. Maybe you can see it, but there is Nigeria and many of the Africa countries. So we are at the top of mobile penetration. Well, this is very interesting. One study in rural Nigeria showed that payments made via digital means save an average of 1 hour travel time and more than 3 hours of waiting time per transfer. In total, one person maybe save 4 hours just to make one transfer in rural Nigeria. This is very similar in Mexico. We have a very large territory. The cities are very far one from another. So the financial inclusion, the branches of the banks are very far for the rural areas. And also in Kenya, nearly 70% of the adult population now use a mobile money account. You know, M-Pesa enterprise, what they have done, it's incredible. And this is happening not only in these two countries, in many countries around Africa and around the world. So this is a reflection. For many people, the story begins with the technology in the palm of their hands. So let's do it. We can do it, we can implement technology, and we can do also pensions. And that's a question. Can we do digital pension investment? I think we can. Can we transform how people transact their pension? I think we can. So let's see what is happening in Mexico. We do the best football players in the world. But also we do pensions and we do systems. So